January 18th, 2018. Right now we're looking at the Geoengineering band. We'll just take a look around the United States. Today in western Maryland, it was mostly clear skies. Early in the morning I seen big old frequency chem cloud. I'll show you some pictures of that later. And then after that, most of the day it was clear, and then I seen planes start laying trails towards the end of the day. Here we got a bunch of flow slash chem bombs, aerosols flowing up from Central America on over Florida up into this flow, this low, off the mid-Atlantic coast here. We have a bunch of flow coming in up over Northern California, the northwest, through Montana, wrapping back around. It's shoving this system here eastward rather rapidly, and you can see all the spraying here over Kansas and up through the Dakotas and Iowa, Nebraska. Okay, you see all this flow here. Right, now we'll take another look at, this is the upper level water vapor. And here you can see all that flow there, all that moisture there. Okay, and you can also see, like here, this high pressure being installed, carving right up through the middle of this low, not allowing this moisture to wrap around, but forcing it up this way. Over here, as I was talking about yesterday, these islands off the coast of Africa, the Cape Verde Islands, they're being chem bombed out, aerosols being laid there. And you can see this low down here being squeezed out. And I was looking at it, and you could see where they're trying to merge these together. I should have wrote it down, but anyways, we'll move on to, this is the lower level water vapor image. And you can see this flowing in rapidly over Northern California. And it's just, the way it's wrapping around here, you would think you'd see a lot of precipitation up here. Alright, you can see them squeezing this low off the coast, the Atlantic coast over here. Now, which images do we want to look at next? Well, we'll take a look at the IntelliCast. Like I said, you would think there would be a bunch of precipitation all around in here, all the way down into Kansas and Nebraska, the way that was wrapping around. But as you've seen, all the aerosols being laid out in front of it here. And then here we'll zoom in on maybe a little too far. We'll look at these patterns. Well, I guess it froze up on me or something. But anyways, yeah, we'll stay right here. You can see all these lines. How the precipitation's being chopped up. I mean, you can always catch it there pretty good. Maybe I'll just pause this and we can zoom in a little better. And you know, there's an X-rad right there. Just, you know, the way these lines line up, you can point back to where the transmitters are. Anyways, we'll move on. This is Geoengineering North, or the Atlantic image. So you can see the square pattern in this low, as usual. It's a typical. Now here's This is the Northern Rockies. You can see that flow coming up and over. And once it wraps around and goes down here towards over Nebraska and Kansas, you can just see, you can even see the chopped up patterns in it, how that all that water vapor just disappears or dissipates. Now we'll look at jet stream flow today. It looks a little better than it has past couple days, not much. See this nice backwards turn here it's taken. Okay, we'll look at the past 24 hours next rad activity. Seen a big old boom here in Kansas. It's probably a super darn. One of my Facebook friends that lives around this area. He used to work on these radars and these transmitters. And when these things go off, he lives in Kansas already. He's had like at least 8 seizures this week, because of this. Whenever these machines go off, from him working on them so much, being irradiated all the time, he's extra sensitive to the electromagnetic frequencies and stuff. So he has seizures and all kinds of other health impacts. But you know, from when we're coming out with this 5G and all this, and so there's going to be these devices everywhere. And from a guy like this, you would think you should, like, he's like the canary in the coal mine. You know, when everybody starts getting exposed to this radiation all the time, 24/7, like we already are, just about, okay, there's going to be health issues, obviously, okay? Like the past 5 years, epilepsy has gone up 25%. And of course, you have all the other health implications from geoengineering, from the fallout from the chemtrails to, you know, the radiation from these devices to, there's so much on the table. The way you grow food, it's scary to think about, but you know, what can you do but protect yourself, inform yourself, and know what you're looking at, and, you know. Now we'll take a look at my sky today. Here is this morning it was mostly non-persisting trails, okay? Well, it was all non-persisting, and you could see them go by, and then ever so slightly you just start seeing little wavy lines appear, okay? And then this just gets bigger. Okay, this eventually turned into this big strip running down the middle of the sky. There's looking west, and it ran from west all to
January 18th, 2018. It's about 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
See it here.
Look around here. Seen a few planes going. There's one back there.
Yeah, turned into this strip here. There's a non-persistent trail.
Not focusing too well. But this was left by a plane.
Planes.
Right. See it?
Now that all just magically appears, okay? Like there was nothing there, and then
left by several planes.
Then you'll start seeing these little wavy lines start appearing, and they just get bigger and bigger until they turn into, yeah, that cloud there. I don't even know what you'd call it. Something undulatus, undulate. There's so many names from new clouds, I haven't remembered them all yet. But anyways, so it continued. Alright. There I caught a plane not spraying anything. Had this nice cross flare off the sun today. Then here we got, the sky was mostly clear till the end of the day. And then this weird cloud showed up right above me. It looked like cottage cheese or brain matter or some kind of crap. And then up here we started getting, it's not going to show up real well, but there was a fire chemtrail or fire bell. Kind of, I guess, like a sundog. Yeah, here you can see it lit up a little better there. This camera don't take very good pictures. I'll have to get a better camera. But yeah, you can see it lit up there. And then these funky looking clouds here. Like, look at that. All them little lines, and looks like a brain, like the texture of a brain. Zoomed in a little bit there. Anyways, that's my report for today. I just wanted to do a quick review. This flow here coming up over the northwest, and it being dried up right there with all the aerosols. This flow coming up here, going right up into this one. Now it's supposed to warm up for the rest of the week, for about a week. It's at anywhere from 40 to 53 degrees, which will be a pleasant break considering it's been another week with temperatures below freezing. I mean, this ain't good, especially for these people in the south, because they're not equipped to deal with it. Anyways, we'll check back in tomorrow.